Hello, hello. We are live with Terra Nullius Season 5, Episode 54. We're up to 54 now. It's pretty crazy. Wow. So, when we last left our heroes, quotation marks.
Our anti-heroes.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Our morally ambiguous band of misfits.
Mm-hmm. Raya had just been informed that not just the world, but the entire fabric of the universe was actually in peril. How does she figure this out? Because of a lot of lucky rolls.
A lot of skillful rolls.
A lot of crit successes, which means it's total luck.
And one critical failure.
That is true. But it led to a...
It turned out okay, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Thanks to mind meddling.
So, yeah, we know there's something going on with Tuhunapu right now. He died, question mark, but he's going to come back probably, question mark. And he's tied to the beyond, whatever that is. What's the beyond, you ask? Who knows?
Question mark?
It's a place.
It's beyond us.
Place. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It has been hinted at by people off screen that this is the place where people go when they die.
Toity's there, let's go.
But whether or not that's true or there's more to it than that, who knows. Raya did learn that thing, but also
finally
Twitter? Got her man. Yes, it is Twitter, Darius. You've figured it out. The whole thing is just an analogy. It's all been an allegory for the internet. The 374 cycles are the 374 social media
I was expecting you to say
websites that exist.
I thought you were going to say the amount of characters you can tweet.
No, that'd be 200.
The number of tweets that Caleb tweets in a day.
Wow.
Oh.
316.
I was going to say that's far too low for Caleb.
We also had an interesting, confusing DTR talk between Ari and Samuel, and basically this consensus was, let's just do our jobs and then I guess figure it out when we're done.
Samuel said that. Ari did not.
True. But you kissed him and then walked away after that, so...
Exactly.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So that's why it's confusing.
We're both just like, I don't know.
We're definitely attracted to each other, but we have emotionally scarred pasts.
Right.
And Darius was making a figurine that we still haven't discovered what it is, but after one more roll, you will have finished both of the figurines you needed to make, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah. We just need to make one more roll on them, and it's all decided. And Tepid is just along for the ride. He didn't get a shiny toy last time, but...
No toys for Tepid.
No toys, not yet. The very last thing that happened was Raya read for 48 straight hours.
Right! Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
From a book called The Tome of Understanding.
Wise.
Yes, you very much are
excited.
now. You have a 20 wisdom now? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Nice. So that's true. That's a thing now. And so we pick up after 48 hours of constant study, followed by 8 hours of rest, and then you're heading out. So Raya has 1 level of exhaustion instead of 2.
So let's try and avoid combat.
I
don't not like that.
Okay.
So it's like the evening of the 24th of January. Let's go ahead and do goals. Let's figure out what you guys want to do.
I don't know.
You know that you're going to go... that nearby, there's some sort of portal to the beyond. And you know that Ix is probably there somewhere. At least, maybe not like right at the entrance to the portal, but like somewhere in the beyond. And apparently Ix has stuff for you stuff to teach you or something, question mark? Who knows?
Toys.
Yeah, maybe toys. So just with that in mind, let's do goals. Tepuma Inksali, what do you want to do?
get revenge on 7 serpents, protect Raya, and question on one thing. If I figure out more about the rings I have, would that count as finding a shiny new toy?
Sure, yeah.
Then I'm doing that. Because I want to try and figure that stuff out today. I should have been doing that a while ago.
That makes sense. Cool. Raya.
Okay. Kill Mazuyul. Find Ix.
Okay.
And then fall in love with Nusabu.
Find Ix. Fall in love with Nusabu. That sounds like a city name.
Nusabu.
The capital of Nusabu. That's like in the far future when the legends from Terra Nullius have propagated this region and all the cities are named after you guys. Yeah. Cool. Ari.
I want to protect those that I love.
Okay.
Come to a decision with what I want with Samuel and destroy the tendril of the Dark Sun.
Nice. Yeah, you had a conversation with Clement last time about how you could possibly do that. And one of the things he mentioned was like, hey, just lead it into the void. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I want this thing gone. Period.
Well, you can certainly attempt to figure that out.
Yeah.
Darius. We cannot hear you.
Okay. Since I'm pretty sure we're not going to work on defeating Tuhunapu once and for all, I'm going to work on figure out what's wrong with Clement.
Yeah. So many things.
We already rescued Zaman.
You did, yeah.
Now Zaman is hanging with us. He is Zaman.
I was waiting for someone to make that joke. I didn't expect it to be a roommate.
I made it last week.
All right, and then figure out what's wrong with Clement, atone, and put an end to the death apocalypse.
Okay.
Oh, it's just the death apocalypse.
It's just the death apocalypse.
That's what I said. Cool. Awesome. And of course, everybody has the party goal of stop She of the Jade Skirt from rising from the dead. Yeah. Cool stuff. Or rather, raising from her slumber or whatever.
Semantical question. If we somehow get She of the Jade Skirt to change her name entirely from She of the Jade Skirt to something else, do we prevent She of the Jade Skirt from
her of the red blouse?
Exactly. Hey, we won, guys. We get max XP. We're all level 20.
No.
The world's still doomed, but we achieved the goal.
You can be level 20 as the world is consumed and the multiverse is shredded into small pieces.
And then we end the whole campaign with, it's the end of the universe as we know it.
The thing is, aren't there technically campaigns were you running a campaign that happened after this too? I forget.
Oh, Anno Domini?
No, it's now at the same time.
It's after, or it's before this.
Okay.
At this point, there was a point where it was basically simultaneous, but you guys have moved far beyond the time frame for them, because we never do Anno Domini anymore. It's just scheduling problems, but it's still there. It's still a thing. And
it's been catch up. I haven't caught up.
You should. It's been really fun when we have been able to play. There's been some really fun tidbits that have connected to Terra Nullius. Honestly, are there for Carly because she knows about it, and then for you guys if you ever watch it. So, yeah. Cool. So, Raya, you wake up from your nap. It is the evening of January 24th. It's time to go? ?
It's the evening or it's the morning?
I think what I had kind of tried to do is then read so then I could sleep the night of the 24th, and then it was the morning of the 25th.
Oh, you're right, because we started this on the evening. Yeah.
So then I would have one level of exhaustion on the morning
so
it's
of the 25th. It's the morning of the 25th then. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, I forgot what time you actually started this.
Yeah, I started in the middle of the night.
Cool. Or at least the beginning of the night, but yeah. Awesome stuff. Oh, because you cuddled with Sabu the first half of the night. I remember now. Yep, that happened.
Yep.
Cool stuff. All right, morning of the 25th of January.
Can I say, well,
Mhm.
because we've had 2 days.
Yeah, if you want to do anything at
Yeah,
that
to
time,
do
that's fine.
stuff.
Okay.
I wanted to try and figure out more about these rings I've made.
How do you want to do so?
Without shame.
Just put them on
Exactly.
someone? Just call one of the miscellaneous sailors that have not been given names
That-
up to you and just be like,
that
hey,
feels like
put
a
on this
bad-
ring.
See, that feels like a bad idea.
Mhm.
Before I
That's
know
why I
more
asked them.
about it.
That's why I thought you might do it.
No.
We'll get Clement instead.
No, that'd be worse.
I'm sure that he would just go along with your plan.
Could I do investigation since I already have knowledge of some magic rings because I have a few of them? Could I do some sort of investigation at all? Because I have a really
Investigation would allow you to examine the ring as an object, but it would not tell you anything magical about the ring. That would be an Arcana check.
Dang it! Can I persuade it to tell me about it?
No.
I only have
No.
a +3 to Arcana.
I know you do.
Let's see. What haven't I? This is a problem. Here's the problem with doing backstory with Tepuma. I don't remember what I have and haven't told you guys since that doesn't come up very often. Last I told you was about Teppan figuring out about the ring for the first time. Dang it, I haven't thought about this in a while, so I'm trying to think of what I could do. You know what? I think I might have to save this for later because I don't want to do anything like too backstory intensive right now because I haven't thought of the middle parts of it. I think. Oh, here's we go. Probably sometime when he was a teenager or so. Teppan was like a young teenager or early teenager, old kid, if that makes any sense. So like preteen sort of age.
Yeah.
Probably what happened is he got to sit in on a like a council meeting or something. So like his dad was there and like the village's council was there, and he was just sitting there listening. And something his dad said, I'm not quite sure. Teppan probably doesn't even remember. Something he said just kind of made Teppan kind of think, wait, that doesn't seem right. And afterwards, he asked his dad about it, and his dad was like, don't worry about it. And he kept pressing and pressing. Is like no. And eventually got to the point where he was so persistent that his dad just kind of got in his face and really yelled at him. And it's like telling him to back, like not this way. He's his dad was like saying essentially back off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not your place. You do not understand what is happening here. Like, chill out and let me do what I need to. Yeah. So,
Okay, and so like
I
you
was
didn't
trying to
reveal
get-
anything about what it was, and does Teppan know what that thing was? Did he ever find out what the thing was? That his father?
It is a thing. This is like so long ago. I'm not sure Teppan even remembers. He just this is the first time him and his dad really clashed. That's the main important thing. That's
Sure.
just
Yeah,
why
I was
seen
just curious about the focal point of the memory. Yeah.
the focal point was the fact that they clashed.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We see that tense scene, and then we come back to reality.
He probably what's happening is he's looking at his ring, this ring, and he looks, and as he's looking at his ring, he like sees the ring in his finger, and he just like that memory comes to him. So roll with advantage on it,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yes!
Whoa! Oh, good thing you had advantage.
Yes!
23
Cool.
critical. Awesome.
That'll
Okay.
do it.
So Teppan,
Mm-hmm.
this. I'm trying to remember because Darius has been the one who's done a lot. You haven't done a lot of investigation on some of the stuff that would have. If Raya, Ari, or Darius had done this crit Arcana, they would learn a lot more than you have, mainly because they have a lot more context to know about this thing. The thing that you get from this crit success is that you're correct in your assumption that if you put this on someone, they would be mind controlled. Now, don't think right now that if you put it on someone, they would be mind controlled by you. But you seem to remember a ritual that maybe your father did at one point, one of the other shamans in your village or nearby. A ritual that could be used to change the owner, conduit, like one of those words might make sense here. The person to which the ring flows.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that ritual. You would have to make like a religion check or something. Maybe not a religion check, but no, I think the crit success on the Arcana makes you can remember it in its entirety.
It's gonna take a few tries to get it right.
Yeah. The only thing you need is this is a particular like arcane component you need to actually pull that off, and it's I'm trying to think of how how you would think about this. You need the blood of someone who trusts you implicitly. Just a drop will work, but it has to be someone who like totally trusts you.
And as I realize that, I kind of look at it and I look towards Darius. I'm like, he's the only one here that would.
Yeah. So as long as you can acquire that, and you have to acquire it without like ruining that trust bond, right? Like you couldn't just like go up and stab him and leave him bleeding on the ground and then be able to use it just because he trusted you when you initially stabbed him. He has to continue trusting you when you do the ritual with the blood. But if you do that, just one drop of blood would suffice for every ring that you had, and then you could turn the ring into a ring of mind controlling that you could use. If you put it on someone now, it would mind control them, but you're not entirely sure who would be pulling the strings.
And I don't like the idea of that.
Yeah. So yeah, do you do anything immediately or just kind of?
Give me a second. If I probably what I do for the rest of the day is just kind of recall all of the steps of the ritual and like get the things I would need.
Yeah.
And probably the next day I would go up to Darius.
Sure.
Did anyone else want to do anything that first day?
Darius that night. Darius will have summoned Leonechka.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he is hanging out once again. And he'll just get insta smashed eventually, as he does. That's it for me. That's all.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. So Tevin, you walk up to Darius and
probably so the next day. Maybe like after everyone's kind of going, everything's kind of maybe mid-morning, probably. I'd go up to Darius, probably with like just kind of like fiddling with the ring in my hand. I'm say, Darius, I have a question to ask of you.
Darius gives him his attention.
I know we do not know each other extremely well at this point, but of all the people here, you're the only one I really know. Do you trust me?
Okay.
He's like, trying to he's like, do you trust me? Like, I was like,
that's a suspicious question to even ask. I love it. Do you trust me? He says as he holds something behind his back.
No, I'm not. It's not behind my back. I'm just kind of fiddling with the ring in my hand.
No, I know. I wasn't implying that you were actually holding. I was just like,
I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make an out of character stipulation right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Darius does trust Tepin.
Mm-hmm.
Darius does not trust the guy in the ring.
Right, but okay. So I guess the question is, do you trust Tepin, like completely, like implicitly, like with your life, sort of a situation?
We've been fighting together. So
with Darius's own life, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think that counts for the purposes of the spell.
Cool. Then Darius says, Darius nods and like kind of I don't want to say he looks into his eyes, but where he's like, he locks eyes with Tepin and he nods.
I have no bottle of any kind.
If only Miggy were here.
Wait, what? Okay, I thought that's where you were going with that.
Yeah. He didn't bring any bottles with him. He just had a flask.
I was thinking baby bottle. Sorry, but no, that's funny too.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Because he was a bit of a coward at times.
Well, that and the fact that he was a couple.
Maybe he didn't become
lower.
the god of death just as you could call him a coward.
Hey, I'm not saying he is anymore. I'm saying he was.
In all fairness, Miggy didn't have any choice in becoming the god of death either.
Yeah.
Well, he had
Also
some.
true. He did have a choice, but
Cody made a very good.
there was a lot of
persuasion
peer
check.
pressure.
Cody was very persuasive.
I just
So you
imagine Toity poking Miggy over and over again. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
So I must said Tori. Tepin just kind of pops up. It's like, I made these rings, and I feel they could be of advantage to us during this time.
Okay. Serious question, Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Would these rings allow me to use warding bond?
What does Warding Bond do?
The spell.
Oh, and he requires 2 platinum rings worth of.
I just use a
gold
platinum.
each.
Right.
not.
Wait.
Make a luck save.
I wish you.
Actually, no. Actually, don't do that. I think
Well, it
if
doesn't
you
really make sense because it's mind control anyway.
so Darius,
Oh, wait.
you could attempt to cast the spell with them. You'd have to make a religion check to make it work.
Okay.
But
he
you
supposed to
don't
think-
think you could.
Well, it doesn't actually, like, thinking of it logically, it doesn't really make sense because, like, that would mean that like Darius and Tepin would always be the ones wearing the rings. So the only thing that does is really make it so Tepin can control Darius at any time he wants.
Yeah.
So it's not really any use.
What's
Well,
warding?
does the spell require people to be wearing the rings?
Yes.
It
That's the thing.
activates the link.
Yes.
I see.
That's
Here's
why
the thing.
I
Here's the
gotcha.
thing. I have how much gold? How much do you need with the rings and everything?
So for what do I
like
need for the rings?
Platinum rings worth 50 gold or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need 2 platinum rings worth 50 gold each.
I will say this is out of character stuff, but I have enough to make 2. I don't have it in platinum technically; it's in gold. But if Caleb's okay with me,
Again, Darius, if you did that, Darius could make a religion check every time he casts the spell to make it work.
I'm saying I could just make him 2 platinum rings. I have jeweler's kits. I made these rings.
Right, but you wouldn't make them out of platinum because you don't have platinum. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on.
And that's what I'm saying. He could use the gold rings, but he had to make a religion check every time he cast the spell to basically offset the wrong material.
Where's a
It'd be
dwarf
sorta
to
difficult.
get some platinum?
I'm not in the lost
Not
world.
here.
Not in the new
Yeah.
world.
If I'd known to keep some of my money as platinum, I'd have done it.
I mean, melting down platinum in the jungle is probably not a feasible thing, but
Hey, we're magical people.
Not with that.
I am a
attitude.
magical girl.
Yeah.
Darius is totally a magical girl.
I think we've had this conversation before. I feel like it's come up.
I forgot that this was the case.
He certainly had a magical girl transformation when he came back to life.
You just like see like this horrible like horrifying like skeletal like
Well, no, that's what happens every time you put on the hood. It's the magical transformation sequence. You become the Reaper.
It's like the reverse Sailor Moon. Instead of becoming like a magical pretty girl, you become a magical dark being of death.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Awesome.
Why you got to bring Sailor Moon into this? Well, why? Just
It's because I figured that's where Jordan was going with this.
I know. I'm just joking.
so, yeah. So those are the facts. Continue your conversation.
So I say, what did I say?
Something about rings.
I have these rings I made. The problem is they're rings of mind control. The problem is someone else controls them right now. I know of a ritual that can switch them over so it's me that is controlling them, but it requires blood of someone I trust. Only a drop. Of someone who trusts me. Only a drop.
Arius just reaches out his finger.
Does Teppan even need to make a persuasion check at all? Or you just...
Did you just do it?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Teppan's kind of like, oh.
This is Darius. This doesn't surprise me.
Teppan is kind of taken aback. He's like, I wasn't expecting this to be so easy. I was like, oh, thank you. I'll take the dagger. I'm like, hand him the dagger. Here, you. Like you cut yourself. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, like he's like trying to hand Darius the dagger, and while Darius is just holding on his fingers, he's like, boop.
Boop the dagger.
Boop. I booped the dagger.
Okay, so I have the blood, and I kind of wipe it on the rings. I take it. I go to the area I prepared the ritual for, and I try and do it.
Yeah, I mean, in your 23 Arcana, like, basically means you can do it. Like, that is the roll you would make, and so you've already gotten the crit success, so I'm not going to make you roll again.
Yay! I have rings of mind control.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was that one of his, like, goals or something?
It was.
Yes. Get a shiny
I'm sorry.
D12.
I should have made you roll for it.
Yeah.
That was
he
the
made an
Arcana.
Arcana
made the
check.
roll. That was the Arcana
There
check.
was a roll that happened.
Okay.
I
guess just because he might have gotten a little more XP or something. I was gonna say, like, while Darius's finger is still dripping, like, or still wounded, I think Darius tries, like, because is this in the period of the 2 days, right?
Yes. This is the second day.
Okay. So I think this is when Darius is trying to get information about the sandals, and he's trying to, like, dive in and, like, learn. So I think what he does is he actually, like, drops a drop of blood onto the sandals.
You put the blood on the sandals? Is that what you're saying?
Right. So, like how Darius was, like, trying to commune with the sandals, and, like, he's just, like, gets a thought, life essence, and like, the magic items have life energy, and so he's like, okay, my blood, maybe that'll help me to, like, access the information that I need, and so he does that, and maybe that's when he has the vision of. Because did we establish when he actually?
Oh, I mean, it was at some point here. Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, because you already made that roll, so
yeah.
fine with that. Cool.
You're like, hey, blood magic, blood magic,
blood magic. Everybody loves blood magic.
Bending.
We're gonna be blood mages. Are we gonna be, like, blood brothers now? Are Darius and Teppan blood brothers?
I will say one thing, Darius. I did make a note. You giving Teppan your blood has a consequence. There is something that is going to happen beyond what Teppan knows.
Frick.
Because of that.
Don't give people your blood in Dungeons and Dragons games.
Do you remember when I said if Raya, Ari, or Darius had made this roll, they would have understood more about the context? That missing piece of information is the bad part.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Would Darius wouldn't have known this before?
No, you didn't tell him anything about it.
Well, I told him I have these rings of mind control I made.
Yeah, that doesn't tell him any of the information he needs to know the missing piece.
To put the pieces together. Like, the blood doesn't help either. That doesn't, like...
No. And I know what it is, but yeah, based on everything you guys know, that was a completely harmless exchange between two friends to make mind control rings.
Dang it, Caleb, gotta ruin my fun.
No, you're ruining your own fun. You're the one who wants to make mind control rings. That's never a good idea.
Never a good idea, bro. You gave him a stinking serpent's glory.
What I'm saying,
he rolled for
he
it.
literally took this from like a magically imbued undead monstrosity, carved it out of its bone helmet and made mind control rings, they're gonna be bad somehow.
I just wanted to try and make something. You're the one who made the mind control.
Yeah, because I know what it is. Anyway,
Oh, we're all gonna die, guys.
I mean,
so you tried it on someone?
No, I mean, the point is for me to use them on people we want to like subdue, not on people that I'm friends with.
There's some completely helpless looking sailors right there.
Tepin, don't roll like that.
We need to use it on
Yeah,
people that we want to subdue.
Yeah, you were the person who literally just last session said, hey, when we enslave these Yuan Ti, I might use these mind control rings on them.
That's the thing. Tepin doesn't care about the Yuan Ti.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't like them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted
just a note for you, Tepin. The humans are basically just as bad as Yuan Ti in terms of colonization here.
He doesn't know that.
I think you can suspect it. Anyway.
He was currently told to take care of Raya.
It's true.
And so he's like, okay, I'm going to do this because
but Raya's not a human. I'm just saying.
Well, the humans are on her side.
Raya is a monster.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Judging us by our race? How, like,
Racist.
racist are you? Jeez.
I hate to break it to you, but that's been a major theme of this entire campaign.
Also, I love that you're like searching for a word, and I'm like, literally.
I just
Raya's favorite song is "Monster" by Skillet.
I knew what word I wanted to say. It's just that I don't like using that word as, like, I don't know.
I get you, yeah.
You speciest.
Okie dokie. Well, does the rest of the 48 hours pass?
Yeah, Ari doesn't really do anything. She's just like chilling with Samuel, writing sadly in her new journal.
Oh, of course, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it.
Cool. All right.
Actually, can I make an Arcana check for the Tendril of the Dark Sun to see how I can destroy it?
Just like staring at it and thinking really hard
Yes.
about.
I mean, if I'm gonna spend 2 days here,
Sure.
I might as well,
make an
right?
Arcana check. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just like to imagine like Ari at like with a pen and everything.
Nope,
Dear
I have no
diary
idea.
that used to belong to my boyfriend, who's now a god.
Yeah.
It's basically just like her writing notes to Miggy. Like, it's just really sad, to be honest. She's kind of going insane a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I imagine her like trying to figure out about the magic eye by looking at it and going, magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
And that's about as effective as it is, right? Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't know anything more about how to destroy the tendril of the Dark Sun. But cool. All right, so the
As it
time
turns out, you
passes.
sprinkle blood on it.
Y'all wake up, and it's time to head out to the next hex. So y'all move one hex. You go down the river more. And I mean, Zaman and Darius leading the way in terms of like, yes, I feel the energy. It's this way, sort of a thing, right? You eventually get back to the. It's a familiar village, a familiar Genasi village. It's been abandoned for some time now. A little bit overgrown, a little bit ramshackle. It's the village that you talk to all the drug people and the owl and stuff. So I'm gonna drag you guys over this map. Can everybody see?
Yeah, I can see it.
Cool. So you guys are on the other side of this like little stream here on this little bridge, and if you go south, you see the village you were at before. And again, as I mentioned, it's ramshackle, it's overgrown a bit. The most disturbing thing about it is the fact that there are. Oh, wait a second. I haven't revealed this yet. Oops. I thought this was already on the map, but it's not. Wait. How do I select multiples? I'm so confused.
Feeling I know what this might be that we're about to see.
The disturbing part is that there are Many huts. Oh,
Oh
So,
no, I
no,
was
there's
very
like a-
wrong.
Yeah, there's like a whole thing there. Yep.
So,
I thought you were about to say corpses or something
that's
like
a
that.
thing.
No, so there's like a where would be a campfire in the center of this village. There is instead a pulsing, throbbing, twirling multiple levels of spheres of darkness, just like pulsating on this central point. It's yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say about it except it's just like this giant multi-layered, like slightly translucent spheres of darkness, all centered on this one point.
Can I look and see if Clement has any sort of reaction to us finding this?
Make an insight check, I guess.
Okay. 18.
Like an eyebrow raise is like all you get. Yeah. What do you guys do?
Is it evening time at this point, or is it still early
It's like afternoon. The day is sort of overcast, though. It's cloudy. It seems like it might start to rain.
So Zaman, were you in there?
Yeah, I mean, he stares at it, and his hand is like twitching. And he says, "Me? No. I've been. This place, though, has been calling me for some time now." And he takes like an involuntary step forward.
All I can think of is the song Into the Unknown.
Into the unknown. Yeah. Zaman just starts singing that song.
Yeah.
Who has the highest arcana?
Not me.
Got it.
I would say probably not me. And also I have disadvantage.
Sabu, probably.
Either Sabu or Clement.
Dang it. Out of character, because Tepin wouldn't know this, but does this look at all like a different glowing sphere that we happen to see near the burning sanctum? I think it was underneath. That was orange though.
It
wasn't
was orange, yeah.
But does it look at all similar?
I mean,
It's
I
a
guess
portal.
One of you, whoever has the highest perception, make a perception test. I guess
I can't because I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm just curious.
I have a 2.
I have a 5, but I also have disadvantage.
True, because you're tired.
So
Darius, what do you have?
A 1. So good. Make
So-
that roll, Ari.
Me? Okay.
And you can make it with advantage since Darius and Rai are helping you.
18.
Nice.
You just have a weird like deja vu feeling, but you're not quite sure where you remember it.
does the orb seem like it wants to go into the portal? Like how it was like dragging me back to Hunapu?
Right. You mean the eye was seized into the void?
Oh,
Or the orb of Shabalba?
no, like the orb. Because like
orb
that's
orb?
yeah.
Not so much a dragging. I think you sense from the orb and the eye, sort of just like a recognition. Like, yes, I see you.
Yeah,
So-
this
So we know that Ix is in there, most likely, correct?
That you have that on some authority, yeah. Mainly
Okay.
the first.
I'm
Guardian.
just wondering, okay, just out of character, like dragon wise, if Ari, with her background knowledge with the village and knowledge of dragons, if she could make a religion check to see if this would mean anything.
Yeah, you make a religion check.
Nope. I have no clue.
You don't know. Yeah. And yeah, so like it's only slightly translucent, so you can see that there's shifting like waves of this blackness. It's all centered on this point, but there's lots of like it's almost like fog or mist, kind of like banks of this darkness kind of shifting around.
Does this sound like? Is this anything that would have strike a memory in Tepin's mind of I don't imagine so, but if you have heard like stories or anything.
Yeah, make an Arcana check for me.
Arcana or history? Because
Oh, history. I see what you're saying. Yeah, history. That's fine. You remember a very similar instance, much smaller, when your father was doing some sort of ritual communication with Atabai. He used a campfire as a conduit for this, and it was like from the it's like the light of the fire inverted itself and started becoming this like shifting darkness, like the smoke and the fire kind of billowed outwards as this kind of bizarro dark sphere thing.
And it looked kind of like this.
Yeah, kind of looks like this. This is like way more massive than anything you've ever seen, but yeah.
Um,
But I can make an Arcana check for Cebu also, because he has the highest Arcana. So I'll do that.
Dang.
21. Yeah, Cebu. I mean, Cebu is fascinated by this. I think he steps up to Uriah and he says, "Do you know anything about this?"
Not this in particular, but
I was just curious because it seems like things I've seen before. It reminds me of something that I saw once. It almost reminds me of a portal. A portal that's broken somewhat. Like a doorway that has been ripped far too wide. I've read about such things. A planet rift, maybe?
I haven't had experience with anything like this, but I think this is where we have to go.
Yes, I think so.
Sir Darius would like to make an action happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I don't know what Darius is gonna do, but Ari's gonna offer to go first.
Oh, I was going to do something before we went in.
I mean, if that's where we're going, but yeah.
What are you gonna do, Darius?
Darius is going to use the hood to examine the thing.
Sure. Yeah, make a charisma check.
Well, I don't have any stories anymore, so
Just roll that dice.
straight rolls for days.
Ooh, 24 is not bad.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds you of Clement.
That's not a good thing.
Okay.
It's as if the thing that you saw inside Clement was like expanded, ripped open, mangled.
It's because he went through that dumb portal from the other world.
Okay,
Maybe.
so
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds you. So it literally reminds you, Darius, if the thing you saw from Clement was like, his soul is weird and tainted, then this is someone took someone's soul, ripped it open, widened it, like spreading way too much butter across toast, sort of a thing, right? Like, just like scraped it thin, and it's all mangled.
Huh.
I guess a more accurate maybe representation would be like if the soul here is like a glob of like flesh or skin, it's like pulling the skin so far apart that it starts to rip.
That's gross.
Mm-hmm.
So Clement should go in first.
No.
So we should kill Clement.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
agree with that.
Clement from behind you guys just makes like a small comment. Well, isn't that interesting?
I'd like to
Punch him.
just compare while I'm in hood mode. I'd just be like,
Yeah, you just look back at him when he says that.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, your suspicions are confirmed. There's definitely some connection between the energy that is powering this portal and the energy that powers Clement's magic.
So I think Daria says, "What do you make of it, Clement?"
I don't know. It seems friendly, inviting to me. And kind of just does it like a thin smile.
His smile is as thin as this soul.
And Clement like says louder to you, Raya. What do we do now, O fearless leader?
Clearly, it needs a blood sacrifice. Sorry, Clement.
Where's Kabeel when you need him?
Or
not,
any
sorry,
of the NPCs
not Kabeel, Tohil. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's say, or any of the NPCs we want to kill.
Kabeel also, I guess. You did kill him too.
Yeah.
Meznin.
Let's go back to Meznin. I kind of prefer him out of all of them. No. You know who we really need?
Great.
Mickey.
I was going to say Yi.
I was going to say Yumchakab.
Wow.
Yumchakab.
He is the first. Wrong. He is the first casualty of the campaign. That's true.
It was episode 1. Let it go.
That is not. It was not the first.
He was destined to be the guardian until Raya came along. I mean, kind of.
Was he though? Because he kind of went insane. So. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Caleb said
didn't
it. So
Raya kind of go insane?
No.
After the orb, but yeah, he went insane just being near it. So.
Yeah, true.
So anyway, it was Raya.
You would have figured it out.
I want to send a message to Ix.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And
that's a good call. And does this work across dimensions?
There's a 5% chance
that it
doesn't work.
Okay.
And I would like to say
Ix, you in there? Come out.
Come out, wherever you are.
Text him, I'm here.
And just be like,
free.
Hi, Ix. This is Raya. We've learned a lot since we last saw you, and we're trying to find you again. Are you in the beyond?
Okay. Roll that D100.
Okay.
On a 1 to a 5, the message fails. Do you know if the message fails? I guess it doesn't matter, but you got 30.
I don't think that it doesn't say that I do or don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more. If it doesn't say, then I think it's more interesting. If you did get that, then you wouldn't know that the message hadn't succeeded. But yeah, it doesn't matter because you got 30. So you send the message, and you get back. Raya, I thought you were dead. I thought everyone was dead. I thought it was all falling apart. Yes, I'm here. Is this a trick?
I send back. No, it's not a trick, and not everyone's dead, but we have to figure out a way to stop Maziel, and I think you might be able to help.
Okay, roll that D100 again. Oh, I guess he has to, too. No, he doesn't, because it's just a response, and you've already made the roll. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I was thinking that as if he was, making the casting a spell, but he didn't.
Yeah, but he's just using my spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, make a persuasion check, just to, more like actually make a charisma save. That's what this is.
Excellent. Much better. I don't have disadvantage, and I have a +5.
Yeah, this is more like are you getting on the right foot with him when you send these? 14's not bad. I mean,
19.
19 with Darius. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, did you ask him a question at the end of that?
No, I just said we have to figure out a way to
stop
kill Maziel, and I think you might be able to help.
Yeah. I mean, I think he sends back, if you can find me, then maybe I can. But Raya, I don't know where I am. I can't think straight anymore. If you can help me, please do. If you can get here, please do. Or please come. Help.
Okay. Let's see.
Ari's just like shaking her head. She's like, why are we helping this thing again?
We're not. Wait, I didn't say anything. How do you know that we're helping something?
Didn't we say this in our meeting that we were going to go find Ix?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just bringing it up again.
Yeah. Well,
Like, cause now that she sees the portal, she's like, we're really going to go in there to go find a dragon right now. Like, that's what we're doing. That's our plan.
Yes, because that's who's going to be able to help us.
Why? What's he going to do?
He, first of all, is very powerful. Second of all, is from this place. He's like, was I told that he was like the only person who's probably going to be able to help? I know that somehow.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, he's the only person you could easily get to who has the information or help that you could possibly need right now. Mainly, like, to understand the stuff about, like, the Beyond and Tuhunapu and all that stuff. Because that was what you were asking about when you talked to Votan, so.
Yes. Okay. So I say that. I'm like, unless you somehow know someone else who could answer all those questions, who'd be willing to help us.
Just don't trust him.
How lucky are we that I was able to mind control him essentially when we first ran into him, and we didn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
created a
so
whole big
now we have to figure out how we're going in there. Because
Tie a rope to Darius.
we have to go in, and didn't we say that it's probably not a good idea for me to bring both the orbs inside? Did we say that?
You weren't planning on bringing either of the orbs in, mainly because it seemed that is what Zaman wanted really badly. That he thought like you needed to bring them there. But I don't know if you had any more like specific reasoning why not to bring them there.
I mean, I feel like it's safer to keep them on us than to just leave them here.
Yeah, who would we leave them with if we left?
Right. The sailors? Like, that doesn't sound safe.
We'd have to leave like Samuel or Sabu.
I don't want to do that.
Okay. So I guess.
No, because am I still holding the eye?
Yes.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Ari, you would have been the one who felt that recognition then of the portal from the eye.
Oh,
like almost as if it had like met a rival or a friend or an opponent or something like that. Like just there's a recognition there, familiarity.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we just walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Guess so. I mean, Ari offers to go first.
Why don't we go pairs?
Okay.
Is that safer?
We hold hands.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate question. Like, do we all hold hands when we go in?
No, you just have to have an exit buddy.
Actually, I have rope. Do we want to tie ourselves together?
I say we just dive in. Let's just go.
Just everybody find your exit buddy.
Darius just goes up to the thing. Blue skidoo, no, buck skidoo, I can do it, and jumps in.
Wait, you were my exit buddy, Darius, I think.
Well, it looks like
I'm
now
mad
you're
at
with
how
Clement.
good that joke was, Daria or Jordan. I'm mad at how good that was.
Wait, I don't get it.
Buck-skidoo, we can do.
Oh,
It was a
Is
Blue's
it
Clues
Skidoo
joke.
into the painting.
okay.
Yeah, because like it would be like there's a painting on the wall.
Mhm.
It's like
Let's
nice
go inside of
picnic
it.
area.
Okay.
It was
Sorry,
like
I'm
Super
not-
Mario. It was like Super Mario 64 before Super Mario 64. Before? Was it before?
No,
Huh.
probably not.
It's not.
I don't know. Ari jumps in.
You go first, Ari.
Maybe with
think-
Samuel, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think Darius went first, if he really did.
Who's going first?
Let's roll for it.
Roll for initiative.
Here, let's rock, paper, scissors. Ready? Who gets to go first? Ready?
Wow, that's not how Dungeons and Dragons
Okay,
work.
ready?
Yes,
One.
let's do it.
What is
Do
happening?
we go on shoot?
Yes.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ha ha.
Okay, I guess you go first.
Ari goes first.
All right, let's make the pairs here. So Ari and Samuel,
Samuel.
and then who's next? Darius.
Oh, and then
Darius.
Buck,
And who?
of course, will go with us also.
Also, I am writing in on Leonechka.
Actually, how's Buck reacting to this thing?
Very, very uncomfortable.
Should I just tell him to stay outside?
You could. He would be totally okay with that if you did.
Oh,
He's so weirded out right now. He hates
Oh,
it.
you know what?
Okay, I'm gonna talk to him real quick. Like while you guys are like all talking and whatnot, I'm gonna cast the ritual. I'm just gonna be like, "What's wrong?"
I'm going to tell Leonechka. I'm going to tell Leonechka to guard.
Guard like Buck and stuff. And
Guard Buck
there's,
and the area. Yeah.
there's still like the sailors too.
The
that
sailors,
are probably
right.
over there. Yeah. So that makes sense. So Leonechka and then Buck will But so you talk to Buck, Ari, and he
I'm
he
just like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah. He says that is other. There is something very, very wrong about that. If you go in there, be very careful.
Okay, Buck, stay behind and protect the sailors. Okay,
All right.
I love you.
He doesn't answer that because
I
he
know,
doesn't
but-
understand. What am love?
I will make him love me.
baby, don't hurt me.
Exactly. Who's with Darius then? If we're going in pairs here.
I would hope it'd be
Tepin?
me. Yes.
Tepin? Okay.
Deputy Tep.
And then what is it? Raya and Sabu?
Yep.
And then Clement takes up the rear.
Don't want to leave him on his own, but we don't
Oh
have a
no!
choice.
Put him at like third or something and like shove him in by himself.
I mean, if he like, what's at this point? I'm just kind of like, I already had my conversation with him
Yeah,
of just being like,
He's
we're
just following
cool
your
right
lead,
now.
Raya.
We're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like, not super concerned about him at this point.
Okay.
So we all go in.
I want everybody to roll initiative, not because like a battle is starting necessarily, but because I want to know what order some things happen in. Just so we all are aware of this.
There's our
Make sure you're
token.
clicking on your token. Unlike Jordan, who didn't.
I literally said
Ooh.
I forgot to click on my token.
Um,
My mic was muted.
Do I have to roll again for initiative to get disadvantage?
Yes, go ahead. And we'll take whatever is
If
the
you
lowest.
can get
So I'll
4.11.
I'll do 4, yeah.
Wow, that was such a good roll, that second one.
I know, yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, let me roll for these peeps. Now you got the stupid Blues Clues song stuck in my head, Jordan.
Blue Scoofs.
The Blue
Goose.
Skidoo is what I was thinking of, but yeah. There's Clement and Sabu. Oh, I need to put you in manually, Jordan. What'd you get?
7.1.
7.1. Okay. And then Samuel. And then okay. Ari, you go first. Go ahead and
Okay.
move as far as you want to based on like a round.
I mean, she'll just go right in.
Okay, once you reach the border, the barrier, make a wisdom save for me.
Oh, geez. Okay, I mean, so just for player's sake,
Mm-hmm.
can we all like start like can Ari have started here, Samuel started here, and then Darius starts here?
So you want to say like the turn? Yeah, that makes sense. The turn order begins once you're all right up next to it.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Okay, great. So that way I have a +5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Wait, would you though? Like, is that
It's 10 feet, isn't it?
Is it? Does it work
Is it
across
5 or 10
planes?
feet?
It's 10 feet.
I don't.
But it's
would
right
work.
as I get
It would
to the
work.
border.
It would work not because I'll tell you in a second why it works.
Okay.
Okay. Crap, I need advantage.
Tell us what Ari has thought. Like, what are Ari's thoughts on having children, even though we know that she can't have them?
She doesn't want them. She can't have them, and she doesn't want them either.
She never
Not
wanted,
surprised.
She never wanted kids.
No,
Well,
not. I mean, with Samuel when she was young, she did.
Yeah.
oh,
But now that she's older, she's just like, no. Like when she was little, she was like, Samuel and I are gonna get married, and we're gonna have children, and I'm gonna be the village chief, and it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna have a son, and he's gonna take over, and it's gonna be wonderful. And now life is just crap.
True.
turns out reality is very accurate between here and the real world.
So yeah, I don't know if that's enough to get me advantage or not.
No.
I'm sorry, Alyssa. I tried.
It's okay. Yeah, I
We
mean that was
basically
nothing.
knew that.
That was basically nothing new. Okay. Trying to think. I feel like there's something I could reveal about her village and the religion connection towards dragons. Maybe I don't think I've told too much about that, or really have developed that too much. Basically, the story goes is that Ari's village, was like hyper connected to dragons, and that's why like the chief was able to tap into dragon magic, and then that bloodline was fleshed out. But the only way it worked was if you were in perfect communion with dragons.
Yeah.
And the way it was broken was the dragon that was communing with their village was a good dragon. But then one day an evil dragon came, killed the good dragon, and took over that nest.
Right. Sure.
And then like killed somebody in the village and broke that basically and that's how like the myth got started of like dragons are evil, is because like they were like the dragon turned on us, but the reality is it was a totally different dragon. But that part is lost in like folklore, like that part of the legend is lost, that it was a dragon who killed the other dragon. They just thought it was the same dragon that like turned their backs on him.
Cool. Yeah. Advantage.
Okay, 20.
20 altogether. Okay, cool. So you feel the same. I mean, you feel a mix of very uncomfortable feelings, right? You feel pain, but it's like the same sort of like harmless flash of pain that you would get from using the beans. You feel revulsion, the same sort of revulsion that you would get when you're trying to attune to the tendril of the dark sun. You also feel a couple of other emotions, just lots of like uncomfy feelings. The feeling like you're being watched, the feeling like something is right behind you, about to attack you. All of your fight-flight responses go off immediately, but nothing like shows itself. There's a moment where you just, what do you do? But like, it's like all of your hackles are raised in this moment.
Okay, but it definitely reminds me of like Tuhunapu.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, this portal reeks of Tuhunapu. Basically, like I shout that, like I think like as soon as I like step up to it, like my hands just like go up on my head, and I'm just like trying to like calmly like breathe and.
And so like you can tell like this is basically some sort of like magical darkness, and you feel it kind of like pulling you towards the center, but you can tell you're still like in this reality or in this plane. You haven't actually like exited anywhere yet. So yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I can tell that others are gonna feel what I'm feeling, just because I know that like I'm attuned to like his magic items specifically. But yeah, I don't know what I'd say. What would I say? Because she wouldn't like. Feel like I'm being watched. Like, I think I shout, I'm like, who's watching? Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah.
I
like,
don't.
That's fine.
I'm just like paranoid
do that, and
and
then
like
you just spend the rest of your turn just kind of like standing there like, ah.
I'm just like, I don't know if I should tell him to stay back or not. Like,
yeah, there's definitely a moment where you're just like, I don't know what to do. Ah.
Maybe I do say that. Maybe I'm like, stay back for a second.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Tapuma, you're next. What do you do?
Well, she said stay back.
So you just stay?
Let me see. Seeing if I have anything that would help right now. Yeah, I have dark vision, but I don't think that covers magical darkness.
Let's say, but before my turn's over, could I make like a perception check? Like, since I'm kind of like half in it, half out, like see if I could like see into it.
You can make a very difficult perception check. Yes.
Okay.
No. Yeah, so you see, like, I mean, the whole thing is, like, shifting and churning, and so you keep seeing shapes inside, but, like, yeah. It's mostly, you're thinking it's just a figment of your imagination sort of a thing. But, I mean, because of the, like, paranoid feeling you have now, it's like it's freaking you out, so. Yeah, do you just stay there, Tapuma?
Wait, what kind of save did you have her make?
Wisdom.
I don't think a ring of mind shielding would help with that. I want to cast Mage Hand and kind of like stick it into it to see if I can feel out anything in there.
I mean, you can't like use a sense of touch through Mage Hand, can you?
I don't know.
I
don't think you can.
Think so.
I wanted
It's just
to
a-
just be
It's just a magical hand.
I would
that
use
does-
Mage Hand to pick up
I
a
can, like,
stick and put it
just-
through the portal.
Yeah, it just
Like,
moves.
toss
things
it
and
into
picks
the
up.
portal.
You read the
It
spell.
doesn't say I can. It doesn't say I can feel anything.
Yeah.
It says I can manipulate objects or stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay. Dang it, that was a cool idea. Doesn't work though. I'll just. She said, "Wait." I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait.
I just noticed that the portal has its own initiative, and that freaks me out. I'm like, oh, wait, what?
And it's perfect because it's right before Darius. So whatever I do will just be in response to what the portal does.
I just saw all the ghosty figures.
I ain't scared of no ghosts.
So Samuel like looks to you, Ari, and says, are you going back?
I'm like, no, just give me a second. Like, I want to like use my next turn to like sort through like. All right, I'm like, just ready yourself. Basically, telling him to ready an action in case like something pops out.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So
Maybe
that's
maybe what if
Is that what Tevin does too?
What I have done? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, might as well.
Yeah, you
get
have
the ready.
an action to repeat.
I think maybe that's what Ari says. I don't think I think she says
Yeah.
stand back, ready yourselves, basically. Like,
Sure.
because Ari wouldn't say retreat. Like, we're going in,
Yeah.
but brace yourself
Um,
for whatever's coming.
So, Raya, you hear Clement start to like mutter something in a language you don't understand behind you.
Can I?
It's not
hear
like
him?
magic language. It's just like a weird, like almost like he's talking in reverse.
What language is he speaking?
Can I hear him? Because if I
know.
can hear him, I can
don't think any of
understand
you
him.
speak it honestly.
I hear.
I know. I was saying for Ari, I was saying like in
Okay.
terms of like knowing what language it is. Tepin, you can understand what he's saying, but you don't know what the language is because that's not what your power does. Basically, he's just saying like, let's see, how would this be translated? Oh, great well of darkness, hear my prayer. Just over and over again.
And that's what he spends his turn doing.
Yep.
Oh, it's not my turn, but I would turn him like.
Yeah. And then Ari, you're standing there for a second, right? And then suddenly, let me just double check something.
Probably I hear it and I guard myself more. I'm like, oh, he's about to do something. He might just do something.
Something bad's gonna happen to Ari. She's gonna die. It's fine. I'll just go see Mickey. It's fine. Make up a new character.
Actually, nothing happens yet.
Gosh, that's worse.
I know it is.
Oh,
you continue feeling this like oppressive, like being watched feeling. But nothing happens. Darius?
Oh, crap.
Darius turns to Tepin and says, what is Clement saying?
I'm gonna say what he's saying on my turn, but I'll wait to my turn because
You ready in action like everybody else, Darius?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, Cebu.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I cast Shield of Faith
Sure. Yeah.
on myself. Shield.
Yeah. Actually, let me see if Cebu has anything like that he could cast.
That's a bonus action, which makes me wonder: is this? Uh-huh. Oh wait, that doesn't really help. I can only cast one spell per turn, right?
Unless it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm
It's
just gonna
cantrip
cast Shield
and a
of Faith. Shield of Faith. I cast Shield of Faith.
Cebu puts a hand on your shoulder, Raya, and casts Death Ward on you.
Aw.
It's true love.
He doesn't want me to die.
Love.
Raya, what do you do?
You know what we should have done, guys? We should have all just gotten inside the beans and then just ran in.
that may have not helped.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have helped.
Plus, I don't think all of us can fit.
Probably not.
I mean, if Clement doesn't
Clement
fit,
would have had
oh
been
well.
left out.
Oh well.
Oh, no.
Well. There's always one.
What a shame.
There's always one NPC that you want to leave behind. And they all end up dying anyway. Oh, wait. I forgot Zamon's here. I need to put him on the map.
Oh, that's right. So he probably would have been going with Zaman then.
He's Clement and Zaman are in the back.
Zaman is just in the river.
Yep.
I
Wading across the river.
guess I would hold its sacred flame. And then could I just like look back and be like, what are you like what's going on to Clement? Because clearly he seems to know what's going on. And see if he says anything to me.
He doesn't say anything to you.
Does he keep just chanting?
Mm-hmm.
That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it.
Ari, what do you do?
Well, nothing has attacked me yet.
And honestly, like all the feelings sort of kind of like fade once the 6 seconds have passed. It's still like this. You're like wary, obviously, but like it's a natural like wariness, like that you would normally have.
Okay. Let me see something real quick. Can I make some kind of like check to like see what happened to me, like what's going on?
Make an Arcana check, yeah.
Okay. Man, I should have saved advantage for this. Okay.
Hey, can't
Nope.
Ari?
No.
Doesn't Ari have something like detect good and evil that she can just do regularly?
She has
I
a
have my
ranger
primeval
thing. Yeah.
Awareness. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that. I could spend a spell slot doing that. That might actually help us find Ix because it helps me find dragons.
I have other things that will help us
me
find Ix.
I was gonna say like
Okay.
if you want to do that, that might do something. If you don't,
Yeah,
I
let
also
me
well because I
let
have
me do that
something
here. Let me quick book real
well,
quick.
hold on. I have something that I have a thing that I can do as an action that's basically the same thing. It's just shorter range.
Hold on.
I'll let her do the thing. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay. But I mean, mine just takes up a spell slot. Like, it's not a big deal. And mine, I think, encompasses more.
It does.
Mine, yeah. Let me see.
Well, it goes
Yeah, for 1 mile of me, 6 miles if I'm in a favored terrain, which we are. We're in jungle, right?
Yeah.
Oopsie. I didn't mean to do that.
So I can sense. Yeah, so I can use my action to do this. I don't know if I want to or not. I don't know what it'll tell us really about this. It'll basically just be like, oh, this is what we're fighting, and then it's gonna fight us. So I think I'm just gonna prepare my action. I'm gonna prepare my new crossbow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Your
Which
+3 hand crossbow.
Yeah. Which I have named.
Oh, by the way. No, it has a name.
Oh, it has a name? What's its name?
Because it has history and stuff. Its name is Silence.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm.
You like the sound of silence?
The sound.
Dang it! That's better than what I was gonna say.
Okay,
the universe lined up for that joke to work.
Walked right out. You walked right into that one.
Okay, so I prepare it. And since I'm not feeling anything else, I also would like to go in further, I think. Just a couple steps.
Sure. Yeah, nothing else like happens.
Do I see anything else as I walk in or no?
Nope.
Okay.
You can further see. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
Could
That's my 30 or no.
Yeah.
Could I call out to her before she walks in? Especially since it's my turn next.
Yeah.
I would probably just call it as if I see you about to move forward. I call out, Ari, wait.
She ignores you.
I've seen like you would, yeah.
So it's my turn then.
So Ari, as you get closer to like the middle here, right? You can sense a drawing and you start to like see just barely like the campfire that has been used to like focus this thing. And yeah, it seems like there's like dark, like shadows kind of being like drawn into the fire, or at least the pit where the fire was. And you know that if you stepped into it, you would go to the beyond. Like just instinctually and intuitively, you know this.
Okay. That's as far as she goes right there.
Sure. Yeah, Tepuma, what do you do?
Now for a fun question I've been waiting to ask. What does it take to knock someone prone?
2 strength checks.
Yeah, it's like an athletics check, yeah.
Could I do anything with acrobatics, perchance?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to leap on not Zaman,
Clement.
Clement.
What do you want to do by leaping on him?
I am essentially I can hear him. Here's the thing. Tepin was like, this thing seems wrong. People are saying this thing seems wrong. And there's this guy back here that people already don't seem to trust that's praying to it.
Yeah.
I need to stop him immediately. So essentially what I want to do, I don't know if it's possible because I don't have strength, is essentially leap on top of him and like grab him by the throat and like saying, why are you praying to the darkness? So everyone essentially growl this at him like you had like that one scene of Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah. It has to be in athletics because you're grappling him. That's basically what you're doing. But yeah.
Athletics plus 2. So okay, so that's what I was asking if I could even do that. That's why I was wondering about that.
Yeah, it would be an athletics check.
Okay, I think instead then if it's athletics that I have to do, I'd probably just do something like I'd probably just walk up to him and like do that and I'll just not try and necessarily knock him prone, but I'm trying to like make it very clear that something fishy is going on here. I thought it'd be cool if I jumped on top of him, but
I mean, you still could. You just have to roll athletics to do it.
Well, I don't. I have a +2 athletics.
Because I know that your character can jump. Like that's not the question. The question is whether or not you can pin him or like grapple him. Right? That's the real actual like.
He just like jumps on Clement and sits on his.
Exactly. That's basically what you would do, right? He would just like push you off if you failed the athletics.
Okay. I was checked. That's what I was checking. I was like, feline agility helps not at all here, unfortunately.
Well, feline agility makes it so you can just leap over there, no problem.
Here's
actually it doesn't even do that.
Grappling him.
It just doubles my speed.
Or just the idea like of you can jump over there your like climb speed and the other stuff that you have as a.
I think instead, so I don't want to jump on him if it's not gonna if it's not gonna have the dramaticness I want. So I'll probably just like turn around, just kind of burst through Raya and Sabu, grab him by the throat, like not by the throat, maybe just by the scruff, and put my sword to his face, and just kind of growl and say, "Why are you praying to the darkness?"
Except the way you're doing it, you're like acting like he's gonna be shorter than you, and in reality, it's like this.
Oh, he's taller than me?
I mean, how tall are you?
I'm a normal sized creature, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're about the same.
Oh, I thought you were shorter.
No, I'm average size.
So say that again. You're like holding a weapon up to him?
Yeah, because I prepared my weapon, so I take it. I'm just like putting so like, why are you praying to the darkness? Like, what the frick are you doing?
For some reason, when you did this, every single time I imagine you like having your claws out and just kind of like, no. You're like, okay, I guess. I mean, Raya is in your way. Like
that's why I said I kind of squeeze
through. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just push Raya to the side and then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I say this in a language everyone can understand, very loud.
Yeah. I mean, what language is that?
Don't we all speak?
They all speak common.
We all speak primordial.
No.
Technically, he doesn't. Let me double check if he has.
He?
Let me double check if he has. I think he can understand though.
But what about Sabu and?
The only person who needs to hear this is Raya. Actually, but I would know what language would get the most ears. So, what language would that be? Because
he can understand you in whatever you speak. But yeah.
So if I did it in common, whatever. Well, I can't speak common. I can only speak primordial.
Yeah, you would just speak primordial, basically.
So I say it in primordial. I can't speak it in other languages.
So Samuel and Sabu don't understand this, but everybody else does. Okay.
That's what I do.
Make an intimidation check.
I have +5. Do I actually? But does Darius help with this at all? No, he doesn't help with that. He helps with saves. Okay, I couldn't remember. Intimidation. I think maybe what you see next is like one of the next, because I want to try and make sure this happens. The next thing after because Tepin got chewed out by his dad, and so probably what happens is like he sees some kids and they're kind of making fun of him for it, and so he then lays into them saying like only my what is he? he essentially he lays into some kids and probably like for the next few weeks tries to be the tough guy around the camp, around the younger kids, because he doesn't want to essentially lose face over everything that happened. And so he's kind of trying to channel that, and we'll get into later of how that worked out for him.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, intimidation.
Do it.
Oh, didn't need
Whoa,
it.
Didn't even need it. Okay. Yeah. So he looks up at you and he says, he just like stops and just like looks at you, like, all right, I'm listening. Sort of like.
No, I said, why are you praying to the darkness? I asked him a question.
Okay. Yeah. I guess so. He's startled by this and looks up and he just, I think he says,
He's also very, very terrified.
he says, he says, you would be one to talk, cat. We draw our power from the same source. That's all I'm doing, drawing power from my source.
How about you cite your sources, jerk?
I'd probably just turn to Raya and say, like, this man was saying blah, 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 whatever exactly he was saying. It's like, do we, I didn't say, like, do we trust him to continue in?
And then it's Samuel, and Samuel's just going to go in after you. Ari. So I'm going to...
Well, I mean, did
I mean, it wasn't anyone else's turn, really.
Well, I was gonna say I asked Raya a question. Do we?
Yeah, I mean, I guess Raya, how do you respond?
Because if she says fine, yeah, we're like just go in. I'll just storm in after Ari. I still have plenty of movement.
I mean, I'd just kind of be like, we don't really have any options besides this.
This or nothing.
Okay, I'll just look back at Clement, glare, and walk in myself.
Sure. Make a wisdom save.
Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 movements currently. Oh, goody. Wisdom saves +7. Oh.
21.
21. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, you feel the same, like, overwhelming, weird paranoia, pain, revulsion stuff, but, like, you can keep moving and do whatever you want.
Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd probably stop if I see Ari, just because I'm like,
yeah,
I don't want to go too much further. Without everyone.
Sure. Samuel does the same thing. Just gonna make a wisdom save. He has a +5 from Darius. It's a good thing he does. Okay. So he kind of like grimaces, but does the same thing. And just ends up probably next to you, Ari. Zaman is like frustrated because he's behind everybody. But I think he just ends up pushing through unless you stop him, Raya. Like
Nope.
He just starts pushing through everybody and then rushes in. And I'll make the save for him too. Yep. With Darius, he makes it too. So he just starts walking in. Clement just, I guess, takes a step over and just continues doing his prayer.
And not going in?
Not yet. No. I think I think he goes like right up to it, but then like stops and waits. I keep actually moving this. Darius.
I use power word kill on Clement.
If only.
I wish you had that spell. That'd be cool.
I wish I had the wish spell. Because then I could wish for power word kill.
It's true.
No, does Darius go in or does he wait for Raya? Is Raya going in?
It's not my turn yet.
Right, but I mean, what was the plan with the orbs?
We were just going to go in with them because what else would we do with them?
Yeah. Well, see, my other thought was like, unless we like, had you stay out, but that doesn't sound wise either.
You can just put him in Leoneshka's pack. That'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, leave him with the
Sure.
the one thing that gets killed in one shot still.
Every single time, yeah.
Okay, so Darius.
Leoneshka, Buck, and the sailors, they'll protect the orbs, no problem.
Okay. Darius goes in, but he only like barely breaches, so he's still like, where is it that the check has to be made?
As soon as you hit the border.
As soon as you hit the border, yeah.
So like right here, I would be beyond it.
Yeah.
Okay. Darius goes right here. And then I have to make a wisdom.
Yep.
Okay. So, thing about Darius.
Sounds like a book. The thing about
Okay.
Darius.
The thing about Darius. So the thing about Darius this week is, Darius, like, you know how for the longest time Darius had spirit guardians
Mm-hmm.
and it was his parents?
Mm-hmm.
So this version of Darius had that, something very similar, but the difference is that he basically made peace with them and let his parents go once he finally felt that he was capable to when he finally believed that he was capable to face things on his own and live his life on his own.
Cool. Yeah.
So instead of him moving out of his parents' place, his parents moved out of his place.
Moved out of his soul.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Cool.
Exactly.
I love that. Yeah. Take inspiration.
Sweet, and I'm just gonna spend it right now
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do.
on this here wisdom roll.
Didn't even need it. Nice job.
You know, I still
Okay.
am thankful because that's what 29. I'll take it.
Yeah. So again, same thing. You'll feel all of the weird like pain, revulsion, and all that stuff. You can push through it. It's Sabu. He turns to you, Raya, and then says, "Are we going in?"
We don't really have another choice, do we?
Yeah. So he goes ahead and goes to the barrier. And he's gonna make a wisdom save. Luckily, he's good at this too. So.
And he's still within Darius' range.
Mm-hmm. Didn't need it. So he ends up next to you, Darius. Raya,
I move in to right here. I
make that
guess.
wisdom save.
Okay. Do. Come on. Roll 20. Let me click things. Okay. 31.
Wow, what a terrifying hole. I'm so glad that we all made it.
Yeah, so what happens is, and this is the last shot we see before we go to break.
Now everything is going to go wrong.
We go
Clement.
to Clement, and he pauses in his prayer just long enough to look up, and just kind of like give a little small like humph, and then he says, "I hope you guys. I hope." Let's see, how did he say this? I really do hope they don't all die. And then we hear screams from inside the blackness, and then we go to break.
Okay. I would like to point out that Leonechka heard that.
I mean, did he like whispered it?
Can I make a perception roll? Really?
He's a bird.
He is my special burb
he-
of that communicates I can with me. I do
mean,
have it like
you guys are pretty close. I mean, honestly, if Leonetska's the last person who could hear this, Raya would be the person who could have heard that. Right.
I
if
mean,
anyone.
is he trying to make it not hearable?
I mean, I think the thing is by the time he said it, the noise has started in the darkness, so it doesn't even matter because it's drowned out by everything that's happening. And we'll find out what that is when we come back from break. Stick around, we got more Terra Nullius to come. I'm very excited for this session.